Hello everyone and welcome back to my custom 1/64 farm toy series. I had a viewer ask a question on how to get the front wheels off of an Ertl tractor, and my answer was, well, it's not very easy, and especially if you want to reuse the wheels, it's awfully difficult. But I told him I'd make a video of how I do it here, and so here we go. The guy's got to be careful because you can break the casting there, and depending on the situation you may not want to do that. There we go. So like I said, it's not easy, and yeah, you could maybe reuse that wheel, but it's got a lot of pliers marks on it. So, I mean, if you could find a tool to grab it with that wouldn't leave the marks like that. But usually when I do this, I'm not planning on putting these wheels back on, and so for me, it's not such a big deal. Another way that you could do it is cutting the wheel across with a Dremel, and then it would be easier to break off. But those are just some ways to do it. But I think just taking it off with the pliers like that is probably the easiest. Now a lot of times I will anyways have to cut this nub off right here, because the wheels that I put back on it, that would just get in the way, and so a lot of times I'll just cut that off. But I haven't decided what I'm putting on this one for front tires yet. This one's gonna model, if any of you guys saw the 7800 in the video, the Around the Farm video I did a few days back, this one's gonna be a replica of that tractor, and so I gotta figure out what I need for tires and all that yet. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pop this other one off then. And if you just kind of start on one side and even just kind of like work your way around a little bit to loosen that plastic up. Yeah, see there, we broke the casting on that one. That's not what we wanted to do, but luckily I can, when I put the new tire back on, and the thing about my models is a lot of times, I'm not building these to be carpet farmers. I'm building these to be display only tractors, and so that may actually work out in our situation here, because I might just end up gluing the wheel right to that flat surface. To me, I'm not concerned with whether or not the wheels roll. Some people like to see rolling wheels, but for me, it's more, I want this tractor is going to sit on a display. I'm not going to be pushing it around on the carpet. So whether the wheels roll or not is pretty, it doesn't matter to me. So yeah, you probably want to avoid that if you're planning on putting the wheels back on. You could probably glue that back together, I'm sure. It's a pretty clean break, but it's never going to have the same strength as it had before. So probably want to avoid that if you're going to put it back together. But that's how I take the front wheels off these tractors. And then the back wheels a lot of times have a rod that goes through it like that, and you just take, and it's pretty hard to do this without wrecking the rim as well, at least one side of it, but I just take my Dremel with a burr on it, and I just grind that down and take it off. If you had a big enough cutting blade, I suppose you could try and get in behind it, but so that part's pretty simple. And then to split the rest of the tractor, there's just I believe there's a rivet behind the tire, and then there's a rivet right here, and that's really all there is to it. But we'll see. I'm gonna try and possibly do a steerable front end on this one, so I may have to replace this whole axle anyways, but we'll see what I come up with. So thanks for watching. Please leave a like, share, and subscribe, and if you guys have any requests for future tutorials or anything like that, let me know. I'd be happy to make some videos on how I do things, whether it's the right way or the wrong way, depending on how you're doing it. Just let me know. I'd love to help out any way I can.